Jeff, it looks like something really directly ripped from a disaster movie. I need to bear with me here so I can get behind the camera and show you just what I can see in about a 360-degree turn around me. The number of homes that have been torn apart by the force of these winds and the damage from falling trees. You can see one house right there that appears to have had half of its roof ripped out. Its neighbors there, you can see the path of debris stretching along over there, sort of in their backyard area. You can see people, a firefighter, walking away from what is a home that you can almost not even see because of how much debris was ripped down through it. This thing tore down almost an entire forest worth of trees, snapping them in half. You can see their neighbor right there suffering severe damage. That's their living room. You can see a couch, furniture, insulation pouring out into their yard. You can see someone pouring over the debris there, and the walls, the roof missing from this home as a result of this confirmed tornado. That is a destroyed home right there. You can see the power lines in front of it torn down as well. And when you zoom out and get a wider picture, it shows you what it did to these trees out there in front. The sheer force shearing and tearing at those trees, bringing them down across the roadway here. This is Town Hall Drive in Dortches, and you can see we just passed by several homes there. Those are the trees that were ripped down, blocking the street right there. You can see it goes on much farther behind there, tearing down power lines, creating a mess in the road behind there, and even pulling things down, hanging from the trees here in the Dortches area. Now, if you pull a little bit off to the right as well, you can see a building right there that doesn't appear to have been damaged, but the one right across the street from it, probably going to be another total loss. The roof totally collapsed in about 70%, it looks like, of that building. You can see windows punched out. That wall that's closest to us has just been punched in, falling and actually exposing one of the rooms there, what appears to be another living room situation. That looks like another home that is going to be a total loss because of A, the winds, and B, what was brought down on top of it there. This is I just spoke with a homeowner who was walking across the street, shaking her head, telling me she was really lost for words right now. We also just saw a few state responders. I'm going to move right in front again here, try and give you all an understanding of the steps we're trying to take here to communicate with people and talk about the loss they just suffered in an instant here. This was a tornado warning that came very fast, dealt severe damage to, at least where I'm standing right now, in a very small radius. 1, 2, 3, 4 homes that I can see right now, and obviously the trees that have fallen and blocked the street here. We're trying to speak with people who are trying to pick up the pieces in, again, just an instant. This happened out of nowhere. Severe thunderstorms were expected, but obviously it escalated to a point that many people in this community had probably never seen before. So we're going to spend the next few hours combing through some of this wreckage and trying to talk to people about how they're going to move on after this instantaneous, severe blow to their livelihoods here.
Keenan, we certainly see behind you there those trees blocking the road, so you came from the opposite direction to get to that point. Tell me, you cover these eastern community counties all the time. What was it like getting to that point? What did you see along the way when the storm was happening?
Well, the impact isn't just being felt for people who have actually had a tree crash down on their home here in this community. I actually had to wait at an intersection that's one of the major parkway intersections here by 43 and the Bats Parkway north of Rocky Mount. That's a huge thoroughfare. Thousands and thousands of cars come through probably on an hourly basis. It just has one police officer trying to direct traffic there. I was parked there for about 20 minutes trying to get through that intersection. I actually had to detour and take back roads around the major thoroughfare there because, as you said, it's blocked off. And now it definitely is going to add, in some cases, 25, 30 minutes to your commute time or anywhere that you need to go today, because there are situations like this, obviously, the trees blocking the road. There are some major intersections that are shut off, basically, or relegated to a police officer directing traffic because they've been knocked out. But even in the city limits in Rocky Mount, getting to these points, I also saw intersections out. No one there from a law enforcement or first responder perspective. People really just trying to communicate with each other, guess when they were allowed to cross the intersection, and creating sort of this tumble down effect of more dangerous situations, the impacts that you don't feel immediately after a disaster like this, while we still try to get things like infrastructure and electricity back on. So that's really what people are feeling right now, beyond just those who just had a tree crash down on their home or even the roof ripped off, Jeff.
Keenan Willard live for us there. Town Road in Dortches. just immeasurable damage at this point right now as those folks try to get things back together. Keenan, thanks. We'll check back in.
And we've often